Life was changing, we like to travel, our kids are fully grown and starting families of their own. The house was so quiet. I've cleaned up my fair share of messes, getting in a workout and making it to work on time. I've rediscovered something that is so often missing in modern life: joy. We got a puppy. Or, more accurately, we have two puppies. Cooper and Maui, also sometimes known as Chaos and Mayhem, are feisty, cuddly, uncoordinated Tibetan Terrier Poodle mixes. And honestly, the chaos and mayhem they bring are exactly what was missing in my life. Now, some of you have seen my blog posts when I've written about my blog Stanzi and Mo. They were with my family during the early years of my medical career. They were grounding forces during some of the most chaotic chapters of my life. When we said goodbye to Stanzi a little less than a year ago, I was heartbroken. We sadly had to say goodbye to Mo just a few months later, and the house was really empty. And if you aren't a dog person, you're likely not going to get this and probably think they were just dogs. But if you know, you know. And the loss of Stanzi and Mo hit us hard. I'd never really experienced grief like that. After we talked things over, my partner and I really weren't sure if we'd get another dog. Life was changing, we like to travel, our kids are fully grown and starting families of their own, and retirement really isn't that far off. We just weren't sure how a dog would fit into the life that we thought we were moving into. Well, that changed. We were asked to watch our daughter and son-in-law's dog Maze while they were out of town. The moment Maze left our house to go back home with her parents, the house was so quiet. And that silence said way more than words could. We made the decision then. Our future would evolve with dogs in it, not without them. So since we welcomed Coop and Maui, my routine has been completely thrown off. I'm up at night way more than I'd like. I've cleaned up my fair share of messes. And I still haven't quite figured out how to manage puppies, getting in a workout, and making it to work on time. But at the same time, I've also rolled down a grassy hill, I've sat outside in the sun, I've reconnected with neighbors, I've spent more quality time with my partner, sitting outside with our pups and away from screens, and I belly laughed way more than I have in months. And in all that chaos and mayhem, I've rediscovered something that is so often missing in modern life: joy. Now here's the thing. It's not just me who's feeling the absence of joy. Around the world, people are starting to realize how rare and necessary joy really is. Recent studies from Harvard, Gallup, and the World Happiness Report reveal some really sobering truths. In countries like the US, Canada, the UK, and Australia, young adults are significantly less happy than the generations before them. Social isolation, constant pressure, and fewer communal events like shared meals or hobbies are eroding our collective well-being. The US, for the first time, dropped out of the top 20 in the World Happiness Rankings. Why? In large part because people under 30 are struggling more than ever to feel joy, connection, and purpose. Meanwhile, in places where people report more joy, it's often not because of money, but because of connection, community, and simplicity. Green spaces, shared experiences, and purposeful living. One study even found that believing you have some control over your happiness increases your well-being by over 30%. So this is a channel for physicians and about thriving in medicine. So why does this matter to us in medicine? Because if joy is rare in the general population, it is nearly extinct for physicians in clinical practice. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about physicians a little bit. We're taught from day one of medical school to sacrifice for our profession. Don't complain, don't rest, don't ask for help. Do it all perfectly, do it all alone, every single time. Perfectionism, overfunctioning, and isolation aren't personality traits, they're embedded in our training, and they are slowly killing physicians and our ability to be happy. At the same time, we're buried under EMR clicks, RVU and productivity quotas, and policies that value efficiency over human connection. The sacred thing that called most of us into medicine, the patient-physician relationship, and the ability to serve people and connect with them, to get to know them, to get to know their families, to be a part of the community that they live in, has been replaced by metrics. And we wonder why we're burned out and unhappy. We've given up meals with our families, walks around the block, getting a dog, hobbies, music, and laughter. The very things that research tells us are essential to joy and resilience. Instead, we've traded them for late-night charting and 5-minute lunches in call rooms. It's not all doom and gloom. Here's the good news. Just like I discovered with Coop and Maui or Chaos and Mayhem, Joy is still available and easily attainable, even in disrupted routines. We need to get out of our rut. You don't need to overhaul your entire life to rediscover joy. You need to challenge a mindset that says your needs come last. What if asking for help was a sign of strength, not a sign of weakness? What if joy wasn't a luxury, but a requirement? What if being a human and having a life outside of medicine made you a better doctor, not a less capable one? Burnout is not a personal failing. It's a mismatch between what the system demands and what physicians, as humans, frequently humans with big hearts, need. And the antidote isn't more efficiency, it's reconnection. Reconnection to what matters, to who you are outside the white coat, to meaning, to laughter, to rest, and to joy. So if this resonates with you, if you're tired of surviving and just getting by your career instead of thriving in it, I want to invite you to take the next step. Let's talk. I offer one-on-one coaching for physicians who are ready to reclaim their well-being and redefine success in a way that includes joy. You don't have to keep doing this alone, and you don't have to wait for retirement to feel human again. So click the link in the bio and book a free consult. We'll explore where you are, what's missing, and how to get you where you want to be without burning out in the process. And if you're not ready for coaching, I totally get it. It seems a little woo-woo to a lot of physicians, but you found this helpful. Hit like and subscribe for more content like this, because your life should evolve with joy, not without it. This is Dr. Ben from The Developing Doctor, wishing you a joyful life and practice.